Oh, yeah. Welcome to the debut episode of HotCakes. We got Kev and Hi Dude here bringing you some hotcakes action with some extra heat. Oh, yeah.
I
Lefty,
cannot believe we have a theme song.
isn't it great? Do
That's
you like
fantastic.
it?
Did you just make that like last night or something?
No, I literally made it 15 minutes ago. That's why I was like, give me a second.
Wow. Okay.
But anyway, unfortunately, Lefty could not make it. He's got the COVID, so he's not feeling so hot, or maybe he's feeling extra hot, but not hot enough for hot cakes. So, but that's all right. We got Hi Dude here. We've got John Swanson, the one, the only. Y'all know him. Y'all love him. So, and then we will have Graywall coming on here in a bit too. He said he was going to be a little bit delayed. For all the haters out there, like, I guess we'll get back to 60, 70, 80, 100 listeners in no time. Hi, dude. It's what happens on these shows. So, anyway, it's great to finally do this show with you. I've been waiting a long time to do this. So, and we have a wonderful first guest, the future Hall of Famer, John Swanson. John, is your mic working, buddy?
I don't think it's working right now, no.
Ooh, nice. Hi, dude. Real quick here. Do a mic check. Everything's working out for you, or
No, all my equipment is broken, so I think we should just end the show now and go to credits.
okay? I'll play the song again.
I would love to hear it.
So,
Hotcakes!
ooh, not bad there, John. I think we might have to do some acapella here later. But welcome to the debut episode. Like I said, we have a fun one for you. The format of this show, just to let you guys know, on Hot Cakes, we will be interviewing alliance leaders of all different shapes and sizes and getting their insight on the political atmosphere of today, as well as just getting to know different communities, right? Because this is a community-based game. I think it'd be kind of fun to get different hot takes on hot cakes.
See what you did there.
Thank you.
Oh,
Hi, dude. Did you have anything to add here?
no, I have no idea what we're doing, so let's just get into it.
Perfect. Okay. So, John, Mr. Swanson.
Yep.
First things first, do you want to do a brief introduction or a long one, whatever suits you, for who you are, where you come from, what you do?
I'll keep it short and sweet. My name's John Swanson. I joined Politics and War, March of last year, and joined pretty much randomly the Greater Unitary Republic, and just started making waves, Then Tiger merged with OFN, and now we're the Federated States of Orbis. And by some miracle, I've become vice president.
So you were in what alliance before FSO?
The Greater Unitary Republic.
Greater Unitary Republic. Okay. And how long have you been vice president the whole time?
I've only been vice president for like 2 months at this point.
2 months. You started playing March last year. Okay. So I think it'd be very interesting for me and everyone else out there, I do, the audience, to hear what is your take on what FSO's current standing is, where you guys are sitting, and what your future ambitions are.
I don't know about my colleagues, but I do know from my point in the alliance, my main goal is just to see it blossom and stay true to its principles.
And what are those principles?
Democracy, liberty, and self-determination.
I was thinking you're going to say justice for all for a second, but
that would be fitting, wouldn't it?
So, how often do you keep up with the news, with like the global politics?
From my position as vice president, I get enough news from Orbis, from people around me in the cabinet. I don't really pay much attention in any other way because I like to keep my focus with the people I'm working with and my constituents.
Okay. So just to give a little bit of a breakdown, so there's the different blocks in Orbis, right? Like the political landscape. Just to give an overview for maybe some of the listeners just tuning in, maybe a little bit newer to Orbis verse. Right now, we are in an era within politics and war um, of mini spheres, is what people call them, right? So you have your different blocks. You have some major alliances like the Syndicate, TKR, Rose, Cataclysm Eclipse, TFP, and they each have their own block, right? So there's the Johnsons. I'll go in order of greatness. You have the Johnsons. You have Clock. You have we'll go Mystery Inc. Uh, Blackwater. You have Hollywood, and now you have Mile High Club as the different blocks. And that's the correct order. But in your opinion, what's your favorite order? What's the best blocks from start to finish? How would you rank them?
I gotta be pretty honest. Uh, I don't know enough about any other blocks other than what's pertinent to
So
my duties.
other than the Johnsons.
We are Johnson's is dead.
Mm.
Delta is dead. We're now block, block. It's a backronym. Benevolent League of Compatriots.
Black. So I mean, I know you said you don't pay much attention, but Johnson's is alive and well. Heidi, did you have any follow up questions on the blocks?
Not particularly, but I understand that he doesn't pay much attention to the other blocks naturally because Johnson's is so far above everyone else that it's like a human trying to pay attention to a group of ants on the ground.
Mm. Yeah, honestly, that's a hot cake moment. I agree. The rest of us are ants playing in the mud while the Johnsons are way above. So, uh, I guess the news of the day is Rose. Are you familiar with Rose, John Swanson?
I am familiar with Rose.
Perfect. So Rose is the top alliance in regards to nation score. They have a ton of members, a lot of nation strength behind those members. They recently announced a new quote block, so they're renaming their Rose block to Mile High Club. And with that Mile High Club, it is Rose, Voodoo, the Commonwealth, etc. So, is this the first you're hearing of this, or maybe you caught wind of that earlier?
This is the first I'm hearing of the name change, but I am aware that blocks shift pretty
Awesome.
often.
Yeah, it was pretty recent, so they just announced it not too long ago. So you're not too far behind. So with that announcement of the Mile High Club, first of all, scale 1 to 10, how do you like the name?
Oh, I love the name.
Mile High
Definitely,
Club,
definitely like a solid 7.5.
7.5.
Maybe even an 8 out of 10.
Um, have are you familiar with Mile High Club, and have you been a part of it at any point in time?
Uh, I've not been a part of the Mile High Club. Personally, I find it distasteful. Everyone's been in a porta potty. It's basically the same thing.
Okay. Have you been? Is there a special name for a porta potty club?
Should I make one?
Maybe so. Okay, so first time hearing about Mile High Club. What do you think their next move is? How do you see how they are positioned within the world, and what's next?
I see, you know, two logical routes they can take. Either they're going to assert dominance, or they're just going to stay passive and build up. I'm hoping they, stay passive because we've been through enough wars pretty recently, and some of us really just want to farm again.
When did the Johnsons go to war?
The nuclear radiation affects everybody.
Hi, dude.
Oh,
I saw
you're
you.
saying you're one of those people that wants to maybe abolish nuclear weapons from Orbis.
No, I don't really care, but it does, get on my nerves when I have to change my builds because the radiation's up to like 300%. But nuke whoever you want, as long as
So,
it's not me.
so you farm food. What city count are you at?
City 16, I think. Right now I produce steel because I switched over during the last Great War and haven't switched back because I'm saving up for advanced urban planning.
What do you foresee the next great conflict? You're saying you're hoping that the mighty Mile High Club does not exert their power. What do you foresee the next war as?
Boy, I think predicting the future is definitely pretty difficult to do. But what I can say is that I hope it doesn't involve my block.
Who do you
Wow.
hope that involves, and in how many months do you hope that it will be in?
The further away the better, in my opinion. And uh, for both questions.
So, for the sake of lore, what is the furthest away from the Johnsons you could be? You said the further away the better. What's the furthest you can be from the Johnsons?
Uh, so the way I see it, Johnson's, you have your Soldiers of Liberty, you have your Federated States of Orbis, and you have World Task Force as the core, and you also now we have Fighting Pacifists, and I think all of them have a kind of like distinct sort of vibe, you know, like kind of chill, kind of doing our own thing. So I'd say opposite of that, someone big, established, ARG
ARG
pirates.
are yeah, ARG are quite big and have quite an impact on the political climate at the moment, of course.
Correct.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you, John. I appreciate you coming on. I enjoy the Johnsons' take on this. As you know, I am the daimyo of the Fighting Pacifists. I'm the leader of the Fighting Pacifists. We've talked many times. Um, and Vice. Oh, hey, buddy. Anyway, great to have you on. I'll talk to you later after this. Um, appreciate your hot cakes as always. Thank you, John.
Cakes, baby, tonight.
Ooh, and some singing. Love it. Thank you, John. Vice, did you have something that you needed to get off your chest here? I saw that you joined in on the chat.
No, I was moving the bot and accidentally moved myself up here, so I muted myself. But I'm good. That was beautiful.
All good. Yeah. No, I for one, I loved it as well. Hi, dude. Did you have anything actually before you go, John? Hi, dude. Did you have anything else for John?
Yeah, I'd like to ask, how does it feel to be created by Oblivion? Because after all, we were partially responsible for the Johnson's name coming into legend.
TFP and Aurora made Delta, and then Oblivion made turned them into the Johnsons by trial and fire.
Well, I mean, I don't want to disagree, but I'd like to say that the Johnsons came out of my groin. But go ahead, John, if you want to answer the question.
Could you repeat the question?
He asked, "How does it feel to be born from Oblivion?"
Well, we all come from somewhere. We're all going somewhere.
That is literally the best answer I think I've ever heard in my life. That was awesome.
From dust to dust, I guess in this case.
Oh yeah, dude.
From Oblivion into everything.
Damn, I'm putting that in my forum signature. From Oblivion into everything. Hi, dude. Can you update the Alliance page to say that?
I say what?
He said, "We all come from somewhere, from Oblivion into everything." So I think that was really good.
I will have my multi get on that as we speak.
All right, thank you, Aki / Hi dude. I appreciate that. So real quick here, we'll go ahead and switch it up. Hi dude, where do you see FSO's place in the universe? I'm curious on your hot cake on this.
Well, honestly, I'm not like FSO, I think is, one of those big mysterious alliances. Like they say they want peace for as long as they can, but frankly, I think they want war. And the next few months are going to be spent with FSO at the head pursuing war against every other sphere until there's nothing left.
Yeah, I think that's correct. Thank you so much. And like we said at the beginning, there's no other show like this. Thank you for joining us so much. This means a lot. Graywall, are you there, buddy?
Yep, I'm here.
Awesome. Hey, so thank you for joining us today. We had a bit of a shakeup with the treaty web recently, right? And part of that is due to some alliances that were in your current block, Mystery Inc. First of all, would you like to introduce yourself? And then after that, if you want to give some insight from your hot cake on that. Thank you.
Sure. I'm Graywall. I'm the assembly chairman of Gato. We're a member of Mystery Incorporated, and we are now TCW lists. They've now gone to be in the Mile High Club. Hope they wear protection. Hope they have a lot of fun. But I mean, my perspective's kind of limited because it kind of came out of left field, and we're trying to react to everything happening. So fun times.
Mm-hmm. I know Hi Dude had a pressing question for you.
Shoot.
Did I?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I noticed you were also a democracy, right? So going from one democracy in FSO to another in Gato. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Why are you a democracy is the first question. Is it because FSO sets a good standard for you all to follow?
That's funny. No, Gato's been around since 2006 back in Cyber Nations, and we're just doing the same thing we've been doing since then. We're not following FSO.
Which is failing miserably. I'm just kidding, Graywall. When did you join Cyber Nations?
Oh God, 2009.
Jesus, I didn't realize you were that old on this. So with Gato then, like with the State of Mystery Inc. block, what do you do now? I mean, like you have TCW that left. Granted, you gain the powerhouses that are UPN and DB, but what's the next move?
I mean, right now we just have to kind of take inventory, and see what we've got. Honestly, the block probably will fall apart. Who knows? It could regroup. I really have been in this situation before with another block. When the big guy leaves, then you really just have to decide amongst the membership what we're going to do. And we haven't really made that decision yet, unfortunately. We've had all this time with TCW basically saying, hey, we're going to go to this other group. And we've kind of squandered that time away. I'm not going to even lie about it.
So does that mean that you're going to peace out?
We don't know yet. It's still being discussed within Mystery Incorporated, whether or not we regroup as the smallest block in the game and take the risk of getting destroyed the next time we get into a war, we obviously can't project any power in Mystery Incorporated. So now we're completely defensive, and that's just not really looked upon in the game favorably. Just to sit there and do nothing all game.
Hey, I'm not one to tell other people their business, but have you ever thought of just going on the offensive and then just plopping it on the table and showing Hollywood who's boss?
Huh. Is Hollywood just the choice here,
or whoever?
Whoever? I don't know. Like, sure. I mean, it's a game. I mean, at the end of the day, could probably just surprise the entire game and just blitz somebody, but honestly, that's just not realistic to do successfully. So I doubt we'll do it.
But you guys have a solid low tier, don't you?
Define solid, because
Less
I'm not
than
really sure.
or more solidified than liquid.
I mean, War's one in the low tier. I was not aware of that, because I'm pretty sure all these whales would cry and complain until we finally said, okay, well, peace out in any war we get into.
Ooh, I wish I had a soundboard here, because that you just said a hot button on HotCakes,
Hey,
which is whale
Can
tier.
I ask a question, Kev?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, Gato guy. If you could go to any sphere,
Gato
where
guy.
would it be?
It's
Any
Mr.
sphere?
Greywall. Thank you.
Greywall. Thank you.
It's-
Sorry, I'm on my phone and I'm not looking at it, so I didn't remember it off the top of my head.
No, it's fine. I don't care. I don't know. Clock seems to be the most effective block right now. I don't think Rose is in our conversation. Blackwater. I don't think Hollywood would take us, but we're kind of in a weird spot. We're small. We've are just now getting growth back after the war. We're not very attractive to a lot of blocks, and I understand that's going to be an issue for us, but that's just what we got to do as a community and move on. Just, I don't know.
The humility is refreshing, but I will say, you said Rose wouldn't take us, Hollywood wouldn't take us, Blackwater wouldn't take us. Are you saying that Clock would?
No, I'm not saying Clock would. I'm saying literally nobody would take us. If we had to go be limited, then that's what we have to do. Or, like I said, Mystery Incorporated still on the table to make it work out. So if we have to make mystery work, we make mystery work. That's just what we gotta do at the end of the day.
Have you approached thy Lord and Savior Johnson?
Not really, because I like to do stuff in the game, to be brutally honest.
So if you had your pickings, which one would you pick? You said not. You don't think anyone would accept you, but which one would you pick if you could?
I mean, if I could pick Blackwater, they seem to have everything together from what I've observed, and they seem to grow alliances pretty sustainably. Same thing with Hollywood. Hollywood seems to have their crap together. Really, it's just, I don't really have a pick personally, because the last couple of days have been kind of insane, and I'm having difficulty really making a decision because having my biggest ally walk out of my block was kind of a wake-up call. So now we have to possibly shift FA or retain FA with Mystery Incorporated. Just fun.
Any other Alliance FA heads from any other spheres want to offer a treaty live on air? They're making themselves right open.
Yeah, they're opening their legs for you. Anyone?
Doesn't look like it, but optimism prevails, right?
At the end of the day, for sure. I mean, so what you just had?
Well, I had an idea. he could always merge into Roberts, and then Roberts could turn into a democracy where Roberts is the only option on the ballot, and then he's in Hollywood.
Thoughts, Great Wall?
Strong no.
What do you have against that?
We're not merging.
That was a good option, Vice. I think I understand, but Gato has a long and storied history, and I think that's where the no merging would come from. Am I right, Great Wall?
I mean, we've got a lot of members that have been playing in this community for years, and we're not gonna. I mean, you could probably knock us down to rank 100. We'll still play in Gato. That's just what it is. We've dealt with a lot worse situations, and if we go treeless, it's fine. We'll just bounce back up. Not trying to flex or anything, but we're not going to merge into anybody.
Okay.
We're not iron.
Ooh, shots fired. Wait, didn't Iron merge into an alliance of the block that you want to join?
Aurora?
That you just shot out?
I sure did. Yeah.
Was it Aurora? Oh wait, no. I thought they merged into Divine Empire Phoenix thing.
No,
that's right, Aurora. That's right. Okay. So I do have in regards to Mystery Inc., you're talking about joining different blocks. DCW left, but you did gain alliances. I don't feel like that's been addressed. You have UPN, DB combined. You know what? They're approaching a large alliance combined, right? So why do you feel like all hope is lost on Mystery Inc. with these two new additions, even with the departure of TCW?
I don't believe I said all hope was lost. I think it's just us trying to figure out what we're going to do, because TCW was a huge portion of the leadership of the block. And when they leave, alliances typically have to step up and become that leadership. And we have to kind of figure out, okay, who's running this block now, basically. Is it going to be Ampersand? It's not going to be us. You know, we're the smallest group in the alliance. Is it going to be UPN?
Yeah, why not? So Isindora raises a good point. This is Gato's opportunity to flex.
Yeah, that's not fair at all, because Oblivion runs Hollywood and they're like
100%.
And Voodoo also run Rose.
Right.
Yeah,
and they're rank 112. Yeah. So like what's the deal here?
I mean, the deal is we're trying to respect our allies because they've been in the game longer than we have, and they've accumulated score a lot longer. They have
you're democratic. You know the best way to seize power is to take it by force.
And not only that, though, like you're saying, hey, we want to respect our allies by having them lead the block rather than us. Maybe by respecting your allies, you take control. You ever think of that? Maybe that's the most respectful thing you can do.
I mean, like I said, it's just one of those things we have to figure out. Like I said, we've kind of squandered the time we could have used to get you a good answer on this radio show, but we're still.
No, it's okay. I understand you're in a difficult position. I can just tell you, just like Vice said, Oblivion obviously is the leader of Hollywood. I mean, they're the ones that decided to stick up for the Immortals when no one would, when Delta selfishly and needlessly attacked them. Like it just goes to show, like you can be a stalwart of hope and strength, regardless of your position. You know, so. Yeah. I don't know. Like, hi, dude. You're in Oblivion. You obviously have great insight on this. Do you want to add something there?
Well, as a member of Oblivion, I'd also like to point out that when we created the Johnsons, we instilled our political knowledge upon them, even though they didn't need it, and even though they're the newest guys in the game, they're already the best sphere in the game, I would say. So I think anything is possible for Gato if you just believe in yourself.
Yeah, honestly, like Oblivion is close, like the closest to God you could probably get. And so if you replicate that, then I feel like that's probably the way to go. What do you think, Great Wall?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So do we have your commitment on air that you're sticking with Mystery Inc. and becoming the leader of said block and transforming it?
No offense, I don't commit anything on radio shows.
You committed that you wouldn't merge into another alliance.
Well, yeah. But I'm not going to commit to block discussion that's still being held. No offense. I can't really confirm that on here. So we're still having talks within Mystery Incorporated on what to do, and it wouldn't be fair to Mystery Incorporated if we went ahead and made a decision here on a radio show, because I don't know what those alliances want to do. They could split off. They could want to stay. If I go in on say on here and commit, and we tomorrow morning wake up and find out that some have left, well, that puts me in a situation to think about what I got to do tomorrow.
When I was growing up, my dad used to tell me that life isn't fair, and whoever did tell me that is lying. So don't always worry about what's fair.
And not only that, but you were saying like you don't want to promise things, like you don't know where other people stand. Do they know? Does Mystery Inc. know where Grey Wall stands?
Absolutely. I've told Mystery Incorporated what is going on in Gato and what we're doing and what our decision is within the block per to our I think it's the intelligence clause of the block treaty.
Yeah. So with that said, then, Mr. Greywall, like you said that you were considering, okay, maybe we will take control of the block, right? You want to explore that option?
Not really. I mean,
You do not want to explore that option.
I would like to. I mean, anything. I really can't go into much about Mystery Incorporated without violating OPSEC within the block itself.
Well, I'm not asking for information on the block. I'm just asking for personal aspirations and the quality, the strengths, the pros that Gato can bring.
I mean, I think the only thing we can really bring is fresh perspective to the block.
Mm-hmm.
We have young members that are stepping up into our gov, taking over. In fact, my term's going to end in April, so I won't be leader of Gato after April. So there's going to be fresh face running Gato with different ideas. We don't have, to my knowledge, any bitter ties to anybody in PNW. Unless someone hates us, I don't know about it.
Can I suggest a change that you can commit to right now?
Sure.
Okay. In my head, whenever I've read your alliance acronym, it's been Gato and not Gato. And let's be honest, Gato stands for cat in Spanish. Yep. And I think we should commit to the Gato pronunciation.
That's been a thing in the past, for sure. They had their alliance pip image in the past as like a cat playing with the IAA ball. Remember that, Greywall? That was a good time.
I think we still have that in our Discord. Nice. I just say Gato because I'm an ignorant hillbilly, so kind of have to overlook that.
Yeah, Gato is kind of a hate speech in a way, don't you think?
No.
Okay. Hi, dude. Do you have anything for Greywall?
Yeah, so let's say that hypothetically you did agree to take over your block. Let's say that like all of a sudden Mystery becomes competitive with all the other blocks and like your competence skyrockets to the roof and like everything is thriving. So in that situation, what would you do in order to make life more fun for Mystery, and what would you do to, I guess, improve the state of sphere politics in Orbis right now?
Let's load it up. So you're saying if everything in a perfect world happened, what would I do with Mystery Incorporated? It's funny. I've been asked that question before a long time ago, and I almost screwed up answering it just on a hypothetical and almost caused the situation. So I'm going to refrain from answering that question because look, I know.
Is that OPSEC?
Look, it's not OPSEC. It's just experience. If I said we're going to hit Group A, if we were in this perfect situation, within 24 hours, Group A is going to message me, what the fuck are you guys talking about? So, no.
So what you're trying to say is you'd go on the offensive. You don't have to give specifics, but you'd say you'd go on the offensive if in a perfect world if you're Mystery Inc.
In a perfect world, yeah.
What's preventing you from doing that?
Currently?
Just period. Like what's preventing you from doing that?
I mean, if I was going to hit Group A or Group B, and I had the firepower to do it and the members to do it, I would do it. That's just how you run this game. I mean, we saw Clock. They hit Swamp, then they hit Rose because they can. They have the capacity to do so.
If I can also point out, though, that war was supposed to be only
Yep.
parts of Clock hitting
Yeah,
a
2v.
larger.
Yep.
Yeah, it wasn't actually. They were trying to
That's
take less firepower to a
Right.
larger like uphill battle. So I mean, it's entirely possible to hit up a weight class.
Right. So why not take after your role models and Clock and hit an upper, like someone above your weight?
So what I take it is Mr. Incorporated just lost TCW. You guys want us to commit to hitting another block in our current state, or you want
I
us
didn't
to hit
say
a block?
that. I didn't say that. You were saying in a perfect world. I'm just asking a question as far as why would that prevent you just due to you not having the overwhelming odds when something happened very recently, like Vice pointed out, where Mystery Inc. was about to be hit by just 2 alliances.
Well, I'm not going to talk about the whole 2 alliance thing because if I was to say something about Mystery would have agreed to that, then I'm the guy that's crying about why didn't they ask us to do that beforehand.
But why would an alliance have to get permission? Like I heard this from some people from Mystery Inc. And in my opinion, that's the post of the year. That's the meme of the year, besides the Johnsons, obviously. But like, is that Mystery Inc. was complaining about how Clock didn't ask them to hit them 2v entire block. Like, why would they have to ask for permission to do that?
I apologize. That's not what I meant by that. What I'm saying is if I had said it in the context that was brought up about it was just going to be a couple alliances hitting Mystery Incorporated, then from my perspective to everyone else, I'm saying that we should have been given some sort of heads up. I'm not agreeing with that. In this game, it's all fair and war. But the issue that I'm seeing here is that we are talking about a completely different situation from a hypothetical. We're talking about a situation in a perfect world. Who was it going to be? Hand of Fate, Cataclysm was going to hit us, and
That's it. That's it.
That's it.
Hey, you know how you increase the value of your alliance on the Orbis Alliance stock exchange?
How?
You know what the single most important thing you can do to make
Be Oblivion.
Gato more desirable to other people?
Fire away.
Hint, IKEA just did it to get out of Swamp. Or Oasis or whatever. They're now in Clock. They had a good war. It's just like the single most important thing you can do if you want people to take you serious. You don't need to be big. You don't need to be laying down 30 billion of damage. But just go out there and get it done.
You don't need to be
and if
big.
you don't know how to get it done, and if you don't know how to get it done, there are people in your sphere, regardless of what people's outlook on Mystery is, who have been through a war or two and have tech and have people who have done it and can help you. So if I were you, I would get dug in, learn how to fight, ask around. Even people who aren't in your sphere would be more than willing to help you. I've asked tons of questions for people that were in other spheres.
I'd be willing to help.
Yeah, so, and then you go out there and you fucking go toe to toe with someone. And if you lose, it's not a big deal as long as you lay it down.
And Vice will 100% agree with me on this as well, is that you don't have to fight sphere wars only, I think. Like, for example, like if you did want someone to give you a heads up about war, like I could give you a heads up right now that Oblivion would like a 1v1, and maybe you could accept that or something like that, you know?
Or something.
Or something. Not that it's going to happen.
No.
Just a theoretical.
Theoretical.
No. I'm good.
But what do you have to say about Vice's comments, though?
I
Just
mean,
no, I'm good.
no. Here's the thing. I understand that it's fair to probably look at the war progress we did. It's poor. I feel like we did pretty good considering we were overrun the last 2 wars.
I'd like the record to state I wasn't referring to you guys' war performance, just as a general statement. I don't even know how you guys did last war. I didn't look it up.
Rose,
So I don't want you to
hates,
take it.
Gato
Yeah,
confirmed.
don't take it personally. I'm just making a blanket statement. It wasn't directed at you guys having past performances.
All right.
Because I genuinely have no
Well-
clue how you guys did. I'm just saying in general, you go out there, you try and fuck shit up, you make the right attacks, and if people are making the wrong type of attacks, you correct it, and you go toe to toe, and you accept 1v1s versus Oblivion, and it will very likely increase the value on people who might consider you. Because every time a sphere takes on an alliance, it attracts a little bit of attention. So Rose did it with the Commonwealth. Hollywood just did it with TI. Johnson's just did it with TFP. So when they do that, they have to make sure that the people they're bringing on can carry their weight when push comes to shove.
What's
That's
your
not
thoughts
a
on
hot
that, Grey
take.
Wall?
That's just like a normal take.
No, that's not a hot take. That's a hot cake. And with that said, Grey Wall, what do you think about that as far as war performance can raise your stock in other, block size, and the risk in that? What I don't understand is people get all like bent out of shape. It's just pixels. Like, it's true. Like, it's just, you can build that back up. It's not that tough. So, I guess what's your take on that?
I mean, my take on it is just, yeah, I understand that. You want alliances that can fight. You don't want to have some 40-plus member alliance that's just going to lay down and die, stay in vacation mode. But I don't see how us dropping our treaties or Mystery Incorporated swinging up to hit somebody improves our stock at all. Not currently. Because I feel like we're going in a big old circle with this whole thing.
So, what do you value in a good ally, and why do you think you would be valued as a good ally if someone else were to come looking?
The absolute best ally I've ever had was probably the Imperial Salt Alliance. I mean, they fought for 9 months with us in a losing war, took terms, got zeroed out. That's what I want. I haven't seen that in PNW so far. Everybody wants to fight a war with the people that perform well, get with the people that work well, and that's fine. That's fair. That's how everything works around, anything you do in life. You want to get with people that are successful, but sometimes you aren't able to get in that group. You can try to get into alliances and blocks and be with, let's say, in my opinion, the best fighting alliance is TKR. I could try to get in TKR's sphere all day. They're going to probably say no. So I can't get in there. What I have to make the best of is where I'm at currently. And to make it work, going on the offensive and all these kind of silly little would-be situations, it's just not going to work.
Silly?
Okay. So, we'll be back here to finish up the show. Gonna take a slight break. If you guys need to go and take a leak, gotta go refill your drink, which is what I'm about to do, or whatever. Like, now's the time to do it. We'll play a couple things, and be back in a sec. You good with that, hi dude?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Awesome. So here's first a message from our sponsors, the Johnsons.
What a perfect family. Meet the Johnsons. Richard and his wife Anita. And there go young Seymour and Phyllis. Circuits, their butler. And where's that scoundrel little Richard Jr.? Ah, there he goes on his tricycle. The Johnsons, coming to a podcast near you.
Tired of playing catch up on the forums? Wish you had someone to tell you what was important and what was smut? Well, you're in luck. Here at Royal Orbis News, we like to give you what's important to you, and that includes economic news, up-to-date news on politics, community and business news, and much, much more. Join our channel today. Royal Orbis News. Come get you some.
All right. I know as a host, it's bad taste to denounce an advertisement that is paid for my show, but I denounce the Royal Orbis News advertisement entirely.
Oh yeah, Royal Orbis News sucks ass. Just to put that out there.
Yeah, join Duck News Network instead.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
DNN should host the year-end awards. Last ad by Rose, BRB. Belk, it's time to show the world your divine crimes. Your friends all know, and so it's time to shine a light on everyone. It's time to face the truth. We all know what you are. Yeah, that's because everyone is you. Star Wars huddles, a boss cuddles. Once again, Rose springing to the top. Balk is flying high. That must mean we're in the sky because we are all Balk. You are all Balk. She is Balk. She is Balk. We are all Balk. You are all Balk. He is Balk. She is Balk. We are all Balk. We are all Balk. We are all Balk. Thank you for joining us on HotCakes, the only Orbis show on air that gives you the hottest take.
Hey, I'm sorry. I just got message that someone hasn't heard the SRD song. I feel like that would. I feel
You
like
want me
that
to-
needs to just. Yeah.
Right now or later?
Yeah, like right now. Like I feel like.
Okay. Sweet. Hold on, god damn it.
I'm sorry. It's just I was like, oh, and
Here,
they're like, no.
can you-
And so
Can you fill time while I'm looking for it real quick?
I mean, I can try, but I've never
Thanks.
done a radio show before. I'm so nervous.
Herp, 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 herp.
Oh my gosh. Hi, dude. What do you think about the name? Mile High Club.
Knowing the lore that went behind it, I'm truly honored.
You might be one of the only. There's probably only 10 people that know the lore, and you are one of them.
Do you get to call me the secret Mile High Club leader now?
I mean, there's always a secret HM leader.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's MH versus H. Oh my god. Okay.
I didn't even realize that now. See, the connections are all coming together. Phoenix is on the case like he was with me when we put together the conspiracy link between Clock and Oasis.
Oh Lord.
So I was having an idea the other day, and I want to know if you'll humor me. Hi, dude. I know Oblivion's here too, or Aki's here too, so maybe he can chime in.
Aki
Yeah,
is
what's up?
Oblivion. You didn't need to correct yourself. Go ahead.
If, and now again, we were just talking in hypotheticals, right?
Hypotheticals.
If Mile High in Hollywood were to hit Clock and the Johnsons it would force Clock into a coalition with the Johnsons.
That's
Thus,
a brilliant idea.
Vane would have to discuss military strategy with Epi.
No, you're saying it like Epi would have to discuss military strategy with someone as incompetent as Vane.
Exactly. I mean, it is entirely possible that this could be a real life scenario. And I'm just asking you to take my hand and make it a reality.
Yeah, well, I think out of all the current spears right now, Clock is probably the most incompetent, I would say. So they need all the help they can get from Johnsons to bestow upon them their amazing Milcom knowledge.
Okay, Johnson's 1v1 with Oblivion and the rest of Hollywood versus Clock.
Yeah, we can do that.
HM and MH together again.
All right. If you guys are done plugging each other, then I found the song. So here we go.
This is a PSA reminder to ignore sweet Ronnie D in the suggestion form. You're growing up to be really freaking annoying. I'm just a grump who's 4. Each day I complain some more. I like whining, I'm Ronnie. So many things to do. Bad suggestions just for you. Making fun of all things new, I'm Ronnie. My world is turning, changing each day. With 8-Min and Maxie, I'm finding my way. Commenting is not so tough, except when Scar makes fun of us. But I'll just make up stuff, I'm Ronnie. Ronnie, I'm Ronnie. Sweet Ronnie D.
Oh,
This
dude, that
has
gets
been
me
a
every
PSA
time.
Reminder.
So good.
Brought to you by Killer Branding.
J-Kill, my friends.
I can leak a piece of Hollywood OPSEC live on air right now related to that song, which is when we were discussing signing Immortals into our block, SRD came into the chat and he's like, oh, like, can I like help discuss this more and like get more of a say in this? And they're like, TKR is like, sure, you can join this group chat in order to, you know, help out with the discussions. And SRD immediately went like, well, I don't like group chats, so never mind, I'm dropping my complaint.
God damn it. Wait, oh, I see.
That shit is so funny. I'm sorry, I'm listening.
And yeah, that actually did happen.
Dude,
Oh my god.
he's such an old man. It's so good. All right, well, welcome back to HotCakes, where your hot take is our hot cake. I hope you've enjoyed this show that was put together with no thought at all, and with you in our hearts. Hi, dude. Did you have any final thoughts here to sign everyone off? We're coming up at the hour mark, which is about where I wanted the show to end.
I had none. I'm just glad to be here on
Yeah.
this semi-impromptu show, and I hope there will be many more to come.
So many more. Should we make this a weekly thing, hi, dude, or should we make this a bi-weekly thing, or
Oh, if
never
you can
again?
find someone weekly.
Yeah. Oh, we can find people weekly. We can find people weekly. All right. So if you want to be a part of this discussion, feel free to drop us a direct message at HiDude45454 or at Incitatus. That's at HiDude45454 or at Incitatus. Next show, we will have the one and only lovely Canadian Left Behind. You know him, you love him, you want to make maple syrup with him. Left Behind. So he should be with us next time. If you guys are familiar with the Kilo's Corner, Lefty's got something special for you. So for old listeners, new listeners, it looks like we have 140 people listening right now. Great turnout. This is recorded, right, Bob? Great. So 140 listeners. Looking forward to a larger listener count next go around. So from this corner of Orbis, Hydun and Citatus out. All right. So that's it.